Ta-da! Good evening, folks, and welcome to the August 6th Ordinance Committee meeting. We will open the annual organizational meeting and begin by the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Trace. All right. So it is the annual organizational meeting where we will elect the chair and the vice chair. I'll entertain any motions for chairman.
I nominate you.
Thank you. Second. All right. That's a motion by Val, second by Carolyn. Any discussion? All those in favor? That is unanimous. Elect a motion to elect the vice chair.
Who is currently the vice chair?
Okay.
Motion to re-elect the current vice chair.
Second.
Second by Val. Motion by Val, second by Carolyn. To nominate Scott. All those in, any discussion? All those in favor? That is unanimous. Shoot, tripping over my words tonight, guys. Date and time of the ordinance committee meeting. Is everyone comfortable with first and third Wednesdays still
Yeah,
as the
on my-
working dates?
That's
And
good, because I keep it open.
Yeah, it's
Been that
on the
way.
calendar. So
and the 5 p.m. still a really good time for everybody?
Yeah.
Nobody really cared for the later.
No,
No.
Okay,
no,
perfect.
5 is good.
So we'll maintain the first and third Wednesday at 5 p.m.
Yep.
Fantastic. Notification procedures for special meetings. Marty, is this something new or outside of the meeting policy that's already in? Yeah, so it's the one that's already in existence, right? Is it 3 days notice or something?
Yeah, that's the minimum, yes.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. So do you need any motion that we will accept? Okay, perfect. Everybody understands that we'll give 3 days. Rules of procedures for ordinance committee meeting. If you don't mind,
I would move
Probably
to
a motion.
adopt Robert's Rules of
Get it?
Orders.
Yes.
second.
Motion by Scott, second by Val. Any further discussion? All those in favor? That is unanimous. All right, and then you have before you the town policies and trainings that are required of us as appointed as officials.
Okay.
So they're annually required. It's the standard ones that we've been doing, the code of ethics, harassment and sexual harassment policy, and the media policy.
Yeah.
Yep.
I signed them.
Yeah, and I have each of them signed. I noticed that there didn't appear to be any amendment dates or anything on them since the last time, so I was comfortable. I believe Scott would like to review.
I'm just gonna look at it.
Is, yep,
I only laugh though,
No, no.
because I look at the media
that's the
policy,
media one.
and I look at the names on it. It's like, that's not the select board anymore. It still has Donald Nuttall as the vice chair.
Those are the ones who adopted it.
Oh, okay, I'm looking at that saying, okay,
Those are the board members that were active at the
Okay.
time of adoption.
Gotcha.
so.
All right, so everyone will move forward with that, and I think we will adjourn the annual organizational meeting at 5 if somebody is so inclined to motion.
Motion. to
Second.
adjourn.
Motion by Val, second by Scott. All those in favor? Okay, that closes up that one. Let's move on to our first meeting since March.
June.
June.
Oh, yeah, June. There were June.
We did have one in June.
Yeah, we had one in June. I'm so sorry, folks. Okay, so we're going to open the regular meeting at 5:05, 5:06, if I talk through the 5:05. We did the Pledge of Allegiance. Any adjustments to the agenda, Marty? Public to speak on a non-agenda item. I see Linda's not here, though, to speak
She's sick.
on agenda items.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, so we'll review the minutes of the June 18th meeting.
This is the one where we just looking to see,
Mhm.
well, we requested some feedback from the lawyer, or was that the next meeting?
That happened then. That doesn't say,
That's what I was just
What
looking
it
at.
said.
The legal opinion was given to you.
At that meeting, okay, that's what I
so
was,
it's somewhere in that book. I don't know where it is.
oh, legal opinion for town attorney, okay, all right, I just didn't see it there, so. I knew we had talked about that, okay.
So motion to accept the minutes?
Motion by Val,
I'll second.
second by Carolyn. Any discussion? All those in favor? That is unanimous. I know that we don't have any written correspondence. I would like to take the opportunity now to, I understand that Nancy will not be resubmitting for reappointment. I want to thank her for the years of service and the dedicated work that she put into this group. And announce that if anybody's interested, we need a fifth, if anybody's interested in the ordinance committee. We'll move on to continuing business. Lighting, dark sky compliance, 3882. Before we do that, I'm so sorry, Marty. Can I trouble you to let us know? I know that the special town meeting was scheduled.
That's correct. It is for September the 16th.
Okay, so it was scheduled for 9/16, and what of our work will be going to that?
So right now it's comp plan and signs. If we can get this done.
Today, yeah, we have to get it done today, so I don't see that.
Actually, I mean, technically, so I think the last date for a public hearing would be the calendar. I think it's the 8th, September 8th. So even if we met on the 20th and finished up, I think we could probably get legal response before then.
Okay, but that's where we are. I just wanted everybody to be aware of the kind of push we were looking at, if it was the intent to get this lighting piece.
It would be nice to get it done, but at the same time, rushing just for the sake of getting it done won't
Right,
be
and
benefit
yeah,
to us.
and I wasn't attempting to
Right, no, I understand that.
get anybody to
It
do
is
that.
good
I
to
just
have,
wanted that
it is good to
timeline.
have a.
I wanted that conversation we had
Yeah.
because I knew they had scheduled the special meeting, and I'm
Okay.
like, well, I don't know if we're gonna.
Yeah, so when you say sign ordinance, it's just the, what we had done before.
Correct.
It doesn't
To the
include the
existing
electronic,
language.
okay,
Correct.
perfect.
Correct. It is just the piece that was already sent to review at the attorneys, making those other changes. Because as we all discussed, we opted to
Pull that up.
extract the lighted sign piece
Yeah.
at this time.
Yeah.
Because of concerns whether or not what all the work we had done would get approved if it was attached to the
Right.
electronic piece as well. So, lighting. Oh, sorry, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. During the special town meeting of the comprehensive plan, then assuming that the signs will not be part of it, what is it? Are we voting yes, no on the actual comprehensive plan at that time?
It's a yes, no question.
Yes.
It is?
And the
Yes
section of
or
the
no,
sign that we
or-
did do will be on it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that too will be a yes, no.
So it's two questions.
Yeah.
Okay, so the part of the sign ordinance that we did do involved what though?
We cleaned up the old language.
Oh, just like
Yeah, that
definitions
piece.
and
Yeah.
whatever.
All of that,
I
we
got it.
spent so much time
Yeah.
haggling over.
And
it.
not anything to do with the electronic.
No,
signs.
ma'am, not at this time.
Internally lit.
That's correct.
That is
All right,
correct.
yep.
Yep.
So the comprehensive plan will go to the town for a vote of a yes, no, of whether they want to adopt that particular plan that has been worked on for how many
Well,
years?
it was just
now?
a year.
A year.
Two.
Yeah.
They just updated the old one.
Yeah. they-
Okay.
Is it
And
available to
implemented?
pick up and look at?
I don't know. I don't believe so yet.
It's on the website.
Ah,
I
No,
know,
you gotta
I know,
print
but
it.
lots
So
of pieces.
there were pieces that were reviewed by legal and by the state that have to be fixed. So there's still.
So
some
fixing
stuff
that
that's
for, okay,
before they will put it to public hearing.
okay,
Which it'll be available before the public hearing.
for printing, looking at, okay. Okay. So what we're doing today, the green got voted on, so now we're looking at the red,
Correct.
Yes.
okay.
And the red represents what?
Things that we,
Changes that were
Suggested.
suggested, language changes
Okay,
or additions. And you do have two copies. You have the copy that's been edited and you have the
Oh, I
clean
saw that.
copy. The clean
Thought I
copy
saw
is the one with green.
that's the clean copy, okay, that's the one I should be looking at.
The one with
okay.
green is the one that has all of the stuff that we did already answer. The red
Okay.
language, Carolyn, is the language, a lot of that is the language that was recommended by Linda.
okay.
A lot of that is.
Yeah, because of dark skies.
Yes, yeah.
So I see two copies of the same exact thing. One has.
The green
I
is
work with the
the-
green.
Work with the
Green.
Work with the
Okay,
green.
that's
Yeah,
all
or
I
the
need
one
to-
that has, that says ordinance as of 6/18 clean.
Got it.
Okay. So knowing that,
Well, we should probably start with the elephant in the room. I know it may take a while, but we gotta get rid of, we gotta decide two, I think, here. I mean,
Yes.
that's the
I-
one that, you know.
Decide to what?
Number two,
it's
38,
red.
in red, it talks about, shall be brought into compliance within 5 years.
Oh,
And that
yes.
was one of those.
Right.
The lawyer said it
issues.
was okay.
Yeah, but just because something is
But-
okay doesn't mean you should do it. I'm just, I just have a hard time with retroactive ordinances because
know.
I feel like that's, I'm okay with saying anything new, anything being, retrofitted beyond a certain percentage, sure, make it, but if it's just perfectly fine and I'm not having to change it, now I'm gonna force them to do something, especially because we currently don't have an issue with light pollution. It'd be one thing if we had an issue with light pollution, we're trying to dial it back. We're trying to maintain where we are. So that's why I struggle with that piece. I'm not comfortable with saying new has to be, anything existing has to be brought into compliance in 5 years.
Can we talk about what examples might that include?
Most of the lights, floodlights on Main Street are in driver's eyes. They're not currently compliant with the things that exist now.
All of the floodlights? Like-
Yeah, from in front of the bank, in front of Sarge's, in front of the book, in front of the accountant, it looks like a car coming down the road.
Okay,
They should be brought into compliance. They shouldn't be allowed to be like that.
just because they're grandfathered and.
They were never supposed to be able to be put up like that. But they exist now, and somebody would say, well, now they're grandfathered because nobody complained when they put them up.
Right.
But I feel like they should be fixed. They should be shielded. They've all been put up. This has been here for a long time, not
Right.
projecting onto the neighbors' yards and disrupting traffic, and people just weren't making people do the right thing. And so I feel like that should be brought into compliance in 5 years. You have to go around and say, people, you gotta do something about these lights, and they look like a car coming down the road.
Yeah. And
so
so,
I'm sorry, go ahead, Carolyn.
and so our mission here is to either adopt number two,
The red,
What's in
Yeah.
red, yeah?
yeah, or
not.
not.
Yep, you got it. And I hear Scott's argument and I hear yours too, Val, but some of the ones that you're talking about may be easily fixed by, they've been put in while this is in place. They're in violation of the
I know.
standing ordinance.
I know, that's what I'm
So it's
saying.
not-
I would say that's a different,
This is different.
this is adopting something for dark skies. And so if there's something, our ordinance currently says it can't be a certain way. And they should go back and fix that. But what we're doing now is looking at, we want to make this dark skies compliant, so we're adding this language. And that's what I'm saying. We don't have an issue right now with dark skies compliance. If we did, that'd be a different thing. We don't want to exceed where we are. We're trying to keep it there. And so I struggle with that idea of, well, everything's good. And let's say a person has something that's is good. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but oh, now all of a sudden, because it's more lumens or more this and more that, I'm not even talking about the shielding, oh, now you've got to go change that. And so we're imposing upon them a cost, which may say, oh, it's not a big deal, but they may not have planned that.
And did you think that having folks do that within a 5-year time frame wasn't kind of a
I don't know,
a fair balancing act where?
I just struggle with the whole idea of retroactive regardless of the time
right.
frame. That's my issue with it. It's not, the time frame. If it had said 1 year, I'd be even more, but I just, I don't, I just.
So I didn't know if it was kind of a happy medium where.
I appreciate
gave
that, but I mean,
yeah.
I'm just not comfortable with telling
Okay.
people, oh,
Okay.
this has been fine, now you need to change this when. And I understand what Val's saying, and if they have something that is in violation of a current ordinance before anything is adopted, yes, that should be
But
addressed,
They
but.
could say, well, I've had this forever, and then you have to go back and prove.
Well, you'd have to
when
go
it
back and
happened.
see when it was authorized, when it put in, and then, no, this ordinance was in place, so therefore you have to be in compliance. But I'm thinking if somebody's been here, some of those businesses have been there and things have been in, an ordinance constantly change. That's part of the issue. And so if you have to keep updating because the ordinance are changing, where do you draw that line?
Which is usually why they don't allow them to be retro. So I
Retroactive.
was kind of shocked by the
I know.
attorney saying,
I was like, whoo.
by the attorney saying, yes, you could go back and make it retro because other land use ordinances have almost a legal caveat that says you will not impose this on existing
Properties.
on the ground stuff. So I was really shocked when they said we could do this.
I actually think that it's not such a bad thing to be able to go back and give someone 5 years to bring whatever lighting is in violation up to what we adopt. Rather than saying, well, we're going forward and everybody has to, new businesses or whatever, have to comply with the regulations that we're imposing now, and that anybody who has gone in from forever until now gets away with not having to do that. So we've got two standards, really.
You have
If
that
we
across
don't-
all your
That
ordinances.
happens.
I know,
to
and I sort of-
I know, I'm
any
not
land
sure
use
it's such a good thing.
I don't think it's a good thing. I agree with Caroline. I think 5 years is plenty of time for somebody to absorb the mind. These are not major, like, you gotta fix your building.
It's
It's
a
a mind, there's a
light bulb
mind,
thing,
yeah. I feel like these can be done, and would be nice is if something like this passes, they go around to everybody who's currently got a problem and say, you're on notice now. So if you plan on fixing it,
And they will.
you plan on fixing it or buying a new one, do it this way.
Well,
Because people don't even think about that. Do you look at the ordinance before you buy a new light fixture?
the way this
No.
is written though,
No, but you should.
new and required retrofit. So if I am repairing, retrofitting, I have to comply with this. I mean, it's like anything. If I'll use the Americans with Disabilities Acts. Our ramp at church is grandfathered. It's under the old code. It was a 2-to-1. We haven't done anything to it because we know if we change it, we have to go to a 1-to-1.
Mhm.
And right now we're trying to figure out how do we fit that in, right? So that's one of the, I'm just using that as an example. You take something like this and, it's like, so I think if they're
2-to-1,
just
4-to-1,
not-
what do you mean?
rise over
Raise,
run,
right, yeah.
you can
Oh,
do
the
1
rises.
foot and one
1 inch, 1 foot.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just saying that people like that, because it was existing before the code,
Mhm.
they say, okay, fine, but if we ever go back and do major work on it, we have to bring it up to code. That's what I'm saying with this. If someone has something and they're gonna have to go and they're gonna add all new lights, redesign, yes, they have to bring it up to code. I'm fully in agreement with that. If there's nothing else, no other issue there to make them just say, you've got to change this because we say you've got to change it. I struggle with that. I'm not comfortable with that.
So we need a motion one way or the other, folks, whichever, what.
I motion to accept the new red language.
To include red recommended language, okay? That's a motion by Val,
I'll second it.
Go.
second by Carolyn. Any discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? I knew that was gonna stalemate. So
fine.
that's a no.
Okay,
So that means that language will not be correct.
yep.
I didn't want to say that without verifying with you, dear. All right, moving on. Prohibited lighting.
Is that a new section then, Marty? Is that what's being proposed? Because I see prohibited lighting being highlighted in a red, so is that?
Is it just because of the additional section? Because it was already existing, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, where it came from.
Well, the language in black.
Yeah, that's what I'm
already
saying, it's
there.
already there, but the
Yeah.
heading has now been like, okay.
Yeah, and I almost wonder if the red highlight was just to let us know that we were.
In that section.
Oh, I bet I know what
Prohibited
happened.
lighting is new.
I bet it was
Okay.
part of the former one and we broke it out and put it into different.
And prohibited lighting. it's one
Yeah,
of those
probably, it's
top
probably under
sections.
one of the other sections and we made
Okay.
it its own section.
Yeah, prohibited lighting is a new section, however, 0.4 is now, I. From the original
Mhm.
ordinance,
Okay.
lighting is prohibited, that became its own new section.
Yep,
Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay.
perfect, and then we added the two, yep. So, rely on number 4.
Make a motion to approve the red in section 0.4.
Motion by Val. To approve recommended.
So let's just talk
Then we-
about that.
then we
in-
second
We
it.
have
I
a
need-
second, then we can discuss it, yeah.
Just because there's a motion on the table, huh?
Okay.
So this second, Carolyn, is that you seconding?
No,
So we can discuss it?
I will second for the sake of discussion,
Okay,
yeah, so we
perfect.
can, because I got a
Okay,
few questions.
motion by Val, second by Scott. Open up the discussion.
I'm just curious, okay, except when used in window signage,
yeah.
I'm assuming that's like in a store.
It's like the
Yeah,
open
open
sign.
sign.
Yeah, that's, you know,
Or
neon or luminous
Budweiser.
tube lighting, either one outdoor mounted or indoor mounted, they're visible beyond the property boundaries. I mean,
I know, it's silly.
What else?
well, here's my question. I'm being facetious, but let's say I'll pick on Sargent's, not good. And they have a sign, say, in their dining room. But it's not in the window, it sits back. But someone walking along the sidewalk can look in and see that. It's visible, but you know, someone walking on the other side of the street, it's now visible beyond the property boundary. So that's,
Lakeside,
huh?
Lakeside Convenience.
Yeah, I mean,
They
that's,
have a Twisted Tea sign in one window. They've got the Mega Buck sign in another one that's got lit up numbers on it there. They've got their open sign. I mean, they have numerous signs in their
so I'm
window.
just, you know,
For example purposes, not to
Right.
pick on
as
Dennis.
but I'm just saying, you know, when visible beyond the property boundary, you know, are we talking the light spills over, or how does that just, to me, it's
Marty
pretty
looks like she
vague.
may have.
But the statement isn't that it's inside the building, it's in the window. That's the point of this.
Right.
It's not,
They're the window ones,
sergeants could have it on their back
the
wall.
window ones.
And if you can see it throughout the window outside, that's not what.
But the way I read this is says except when used in window signage.
Right.
In window sign.
If it said, it said, if it's used in a window signage, it shouldn't be visible. Or say if it's not used, but because that except is there, it's except when used in window signage, what that means, what, as I read that says, window signage are exempt, everything else has got to
Further
comply, and
inside,
that's
yeah.
why I'm like,
That is
wait a
weird.
minute.
I think
It's a double
it's
negative.
very bad.
That's
There you go.
my wife, the English major would say,
Okay,
that's what bothers me about it, is the way it's written, it's like, this does, and if they're trying to say window signage can't be seen beyond the property, that's one thing, but that's not what this says.
No, this is saying except.
Except, yeah,
So if
Window
the,
signage.
if the intent was to include neon tubing window signage as prohibitive lighting, which I think is really where that's coming from.
that does seem to be what's being pushed up.
Maybe they're saying
But
you
it's
can't
written-
have it out, you can't have something outside.
Outside.
You can't have a.
But again,
light.
it says outdoor mounted or indoor mounted, both,
Yeah.
you know, it's
Maybe-
both.
maybe that's
I think that's a dark skies piece that
Oh, this is a
was,
dark skies
I'm
thing?
pretty sure it's the dark
Okay,
skies
then
piece.
I would,
All of this.
All the
is
red
language that
languages.
is Given by
Yeah.
Linda.
Yeah.
All of the
this is
red
something
languages.
that we
Then I
should
would-
have her-
pause on that and table it until we have her back to figure that out.
Cause I don't,
Because you're right, I think
I
that's.
can't
right.
understand how that's what they're trying to say.
Well, it's
I could guess.
Written- it's-
but
almost
Outdoor
written in
neon
in
signs, if that's
competition
what
of
they wanna
itself.
say.
yes,
You know what
it's
I mean?
conflicting.
It's competing with itself
Right,
Well,
in, with what it's trying to say.
Yeah.
so
and
Okay.
I withdraw my motion to approve.
Well, we've had a good discussion, but yeah,
Yes.
let's table that one.
Yep.
Okay, so we're
withdraw
gonna
the
come back
second.
to,
Yeah.
no
We
problem.
need clarification on that one.
Motion and second off the table. Does that need to be by official? No, we can just say that, right? 'Cause we didn't get.
Yes, we didn't have.
I withdrew my
She
motion.
withdrew and I would do the
Yeah, yeah.
second, so.
We had some withdrawals. Okay. Numbers, point 7. Public lighting.
Okay, they have to add MDOT, I'm sure that's a legal piece.
So this is like, that sounds like it's the town taking care of the town stuff, so they have to meet the same requirements of this chapter, which I always think is good if the town follows their own rules.
Public outdoor lighting. So is that like the skating over on Haley Pond in the winter? That's public outdoor lighting.
that goes off at 10 o'clock.
Right, so I'm just saying, that's the type of thing they're talking about for public outdoor lighting.
Yeah.
Right, anything
Streetlights.
that would be lit on tennis courts or basketball courts or
Right.
park.
And just to
What
use the-
about,
This stuff out here, is there a sports light out back there? I don't know what there is.
No.
No,
no, streetlight shooters, lamp types. I'm just trying to make sure I understand what they're, so this isn't talking about someone having a lamp post on their property.
No.
That's private.
No,
Does it mean it has adaptive controls or curfews? Does it mean for curfews? Is that a misprint?
No, I think what they're saying is adaptive controls will automatically respond to it, and a curfew, you would shut it off at a certain time. That's why they run it as an either or.
And have adaptive controls or curfews?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So in other words, it's going to dim accordingly, or it's going to be turned off.
Yep.
It's like I have a timer on, outdoor things and it turns off. Unless you get a power outage and throws the timer off.
Yep.
So
Does this-
when we go into the streetlights, this is kind of important. The streetlight shall utilize lamp types that are energy efficient, minimize sky glow, and use the lowest illumination possible allowed by MDOT requirements.
Mhm. Yes.
So that would mean that all of our streetlights in Rangeley would then be
We'll have to follow these
within
guidelines.
5 years. Oh,
No, we didn't,
Well,
we
no,
didn't pass that.
that part.
But they are working, I mean, it would make sense for them to,
Right.
I think they've been
they've already
working on that.
upgraded all,
Yeah,
a
they've
lot of
upgraded
the
a lot
lights
of that.
in. I know that the ones on my street are different.
See, that would be one of those things, if we went to and said, oh, we'd like a dark skies compliance certificate, they're gonna come, and if the streetlights aren't meeting this, they're gonna say, well, no, we're sorry. So I mean, if the town is pushing this, the town is gonna have to do
Right.
that, so.
Okay.
Mhm.
So is there a motion to accept that? Or are we at that point?
Motion to accept 7.7.
Motion by Val to accept the recommended language in red on point 7.
I'll second that.
Second by
Can I
Carol.
just, one question,
Yeah.
clarification? The scheduling and level of illumination for adaptive controls will be determined by the town manager, code enforcement officer, or Maine Department of Transportation. So what they're saying is one of those three will have the authority. I know they're saying, types allowed by Maine Department of Transportation, so I'm sure that they've put out some guidelines, but so absent that, it would be the town manager or the code enforcement officer who would be able to have the authority to determine what the illumination or adaptive control should be.
Or the time.
Time.
Well, that's
Scheduling
part of-
the
yeah,
time.
that's what.
Yep.
Who else?
I mean, that's.
I don't know, that's what I'm asking. Is that something that we do them, or is that something that ordinance should determine?
Well, it says code enforcement, but only, so the officer of the town manager or MDOT. I mean,
That's fine, I'm just trying to get my hand around who has the, where the,
Who says what time you shut the lights off?
yeah, it's.
well, we have town
Maybe
Well,
it needs
codes.
to be rephrased to will be determined by ordinance or MDOT.
By ordinance or MDOT, okay.
Since technically ordinance still has to go through the whole process before it can be approved anyway. They can't just decide one day that they're gonna change the time. to-
Well, that was my, I think, I'm not saying they do that,
Unless
but that
there's-
was my,
Well, I think they do have the ability for festivals and stuff to extend it.
Extend or
which would
something.
be approved by the
Right.
town manager.
yeah.
So that's why they have the town manager in there, because it doesn't go through code. Okay.
So Val, did you want to amend your motion to include the suggested language offered by Marty?
No, she said it was okay because the town manager does,
So I think when they do vendors, they have anything that runs over past the 10 o'clock.
they do exceptions.
Right, but you just said will be
But
determined by ordinance or MDOT.
Yeah.
As
Right.
suggested language, correct? Did I mishear that?
I
No, you
I
did say that, but then I thought you amended it and then said the town manager does decide sometimes.
Yeah, so for vendors, that would be the only time I can think of that the town manager would be. Code enforcement's never going to determine that.
So just,
They're not-
No, it's
Rather
his
not-
responsibility to
To
enforce the
enforce it,
ordinance.
right, yeah.
so it would just be town manager ordinance or MDOT.
So ordinance, town manager, or MDOT.
Yeah, that would be good.
Ordinance, town
Determined
manager.
by
or-
ordinance, town manager, or MDOT.
Okay. Motion to accept that amendment.
Perfect. Thank you. Carolyn, do you second that?
I do.
Fantastic. Any further discussion on that one? All those in favor? That is unanimous. Okay, let's address flagpoles, 0.8 flagpoles. Didn't we have a problem with this last time?
I'm trying to think of what it was.
I was gonna say, I feel like we talked about this for a bit.
It was something about the height of the flagpoles.
Maybe that was it.
Well, because there were different places in the ordinance, some were talking about poles being this tall, that tall. I think there was different,
Yeah, I think it was the light poles. that they're talking about,
yeah,
not the
like this flagpole could be this tall, and then we put it off because flagpoles were.
This- It says maximum allowable, 75 lumens per linear pole height, but that's not a measurement. They mean linear pole foot.
No, linear measurement is done, so
But 75 lumens per what?
I see what you're saying, yeah, okay.
Needs a foot or a yard or a something.
Maximum allowable light output is 75 lumens per linear pole height.
No,
What does it mean that it shall be illuminated only from above? Like it can only come down?
Yes,
But that's not how flagpoles are illuminated, like veterans place is illuminated from the ground up.
Mhm.
That's an odd that. you
That's
would
that
have
one.
to
That
illuminate
one,
from the top.
wasn't there an exception for monuments and things like that? I was trying to remember, I thought we had something that
I just don't see how you can
addressed
illuminate
that.
Yeah,
a
that doesn't seem
flagpole
right.
from above,
No flag poles ever.
ever.
Yeah, here it
Only
is.
from above, only from under.
Uplighting is prohibited except in cases where the fixture is shielded from the sky by roof or so much, and where a fixture does not extend, no, that's not it. I thought we had
This
put,
is new, I've
Yeah, it
never
says-
read this
Well,
before.
the new part does say flag poles may be up within accordance.
In accordance with 0.8 in this chapter.
Yeah. Which means.
Well,
We reference 0.8,
Well,
and then 0.8 says downlight.
If you got it does say flagpoles.
It
really-
does say uplight.
Yeah, big,
Well-
sorry, higher than 20 feet have to be
Yeah.
lit from above. And they
higher
do
than
make
20
flagpoles,
feet.
because I think we have one down in our waterfront that has a light on top that shines down.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
12 feet above ground.
I don't know how tall it is, but
Only from above. Less than 20 feet. Maybe
So let's say you have a flagpole that is illuminated from the bottom. Does that mean that because you already have it, does it mean it has to be retrofitted?
Because we haven't changed, we didn't pass them.
Well, I know that
Updated
that's
them.
the
And don't
post.
forget, it's the 20-foot.
20 foot.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
it's
if it's less than
above 20 feet.
If it's less than 20 feet, it can
Most
be
of the-
uplit.
Yeah. It's
Thinking of
less
the-
than 20 feet.
Thinking
it
of
can
the
be up.
post office, but they have I think they've got a light hot weight pole. I'm thinking on that
But
one.
it's uplit, not.
It's uplit, yeah, but I'm saying that light is not on the ground, it's probably at the pole. They take the flag in it unless,
Not anymore.
if a flag is displayed at night, it's supposed to be illuminated, though it doesn't have to be.
Correct.
Flag code does allow for variances in that, but as a rule, we say. if it's
Correct,
outside-
and I agree that it should be, but not from above.
Pretty sure on a government property, they don't have. a choice.
Yes.
No, we don't get to dictate that, that's, we're kind of out of luck there.
Greater than 20 feet. So is it the greater than 20 feet shall be illuminated from above that we're having trouble with?
Well, the last sentence, which is about the 75 lumens. per
And the
lumen,
lumens, yeah, that one's,
And it's missing a
we need
word.
measurement there.
I see she's saying, but per linear foot, pole height, you
Yeah.
put that in, and you'd be
per
saying.
linear, It's
for
missing
every-
the word foot.
But if you did that, and you do the calculations of 20, I'm taking a 20-foot pole, it's 75 lumens per, you're gonna have 1,500 lumens.
Yeah.
And you've just said not to exceed 1,000 lumens, so you're gonna create.
That should be a
a-
50 lumens per linear.
I'm just saying, you're gonna create unless you put something in, output is maximum of 1,000, 75, you could put the language in here saying 70 foot
Wide.
per linear foot.
Well, and is that exceeding 1,000 lumens? Just hear me out, because of where it is in that paragraph, does that only address the ones that are greater than 20 feet? That's only a restriction on the ones that are higher than 20 feet, is it
Right.
not?
That's,
Because of the way it's written?
True, but don't the bottom ones have a limit of like 100 watts per bulb up lighting in general? Doesn't. From the lighting ordinance, you're
that's
allowed,
what we're working on, this is the lighting ordinance.
this is not the lighting, this is a sign, I thought.
No, this is
lighting.
lighting,
This is like-
Oh, this is lighting,
this is lighting.
but wasn't there someplace else where where it said no up lights greater than a certain number?
Flag poles. Two different sections, flag poles. This is information about the 20 feet above.
Yeah.
Shall be illuminated only from above, not to exceed 1,000 lumens. And then we talk about flag poles less than 20 feet. So we're having two different conversations.
Mhm.
Above ground level, may be illuminated with a maximum of 2 spot type luminaires using a shield or diffuser to reduce the glare. So that maximum 75 lumens per linear,
Make it a little less confusing, make it a 0.1 and a 0.2.
8i.
Probably.
Yeah.
probably.
Poles that are under 20 feet, poles that are over 20 feet, and that way. there's
Yeah,
a
because you're
less-
saying the poles that are over 20 feet have to be downlit and they can't exceed 1,000 lumens. Poles that are under 20 feet can be uplit by 2 spotlights, which are allowed the 75-foot lumen per linear foot, which is going to be more than 1,000 lumens
Right, so that's just wrong.
for your uplits.
Right,
Why would we allow an uplit higher than a downlit?
right.
Yeah, that's
We
the
should-
question.
I don't like that one. Okay, so do we want to make this a 0.8, 0.1, and a,
I or a.
yeah, and a 0.82? Yeah, so we'll go with like the I and the I, well, let's talk Roman numerals, people. The I and the I. The I will be the ones that are 20 feet above.
Above.
The 2 will be the 20 feet
Hello.
below. And now we just need to address what we want that to look like.
So we gotta say above 20 feet and the other one's is 20 feet and below, because you can have
Correct.
20 in both.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So let's take on the 20 feet above ground level shall be illuminated only from above with light output not to exceed 1,000 lumens. Can we think of any flagpoles that we're going to impact or that we can use as a
Greater
reference
than
point
20 feet?
of what's greater than 20 feet?
And we don't control what the post office does, correct?
No.
Yeah, that's government.
Federal government property.
They don't have to live within our
Nope.
lighting constraints?
I don't think so.
Is it, do you think that's a 20-foot pole? Is that what?
I bet.
I think it's bigger. I don't know.
don't know
My
what it
house
is.
is 20 feet. That's how I gauge it.
Yeah, I'm not sure why there's a concern about 1,000 lumens if it's downlit. I mean, that's part of my, we're talking about one thing's downlit.
It's a lot of light, 1,000 lumens. Plenty. It's not like you're reading fine print or anything. It's just illuminating flagpole.
I mean, I understand limiting the uplighting because you get the extraneous that goes off. But when you're downlighting, you're directing it down, and that's a.
Okay, so is there any interest in a motion on the 20 feet above ground level ones? If not, we can move on to look at the information on the 20 feet
In town.
and below.
I would motion.
And we want to change, it sounds like there's a consensus that 75 lumens per linear foot pole height is too much.
It's too much.
Well, we'd have
Maybe
to,
it's a
we first have to
misprint.
add the word foot into.
Yep, but you could do that in one
Right,
motion.
what I'm saying, that was.
Yep.
Let's see,
I mean, if we're gonna get to the 1,000, it should be,
I'm gonna get
50.
1,500.
yeah, it should be 50 lumens, which is a.
for a linear foot. So it's,
Huh?
Maybe a
Maybe 1,000.
maximum of 2 spotlight.
That's a pretty loose bulb.
Diffusers to reduce glare.
What is it in real life?
That's what I'm trying to remember.
40.
no, it's less than that.
About a 60 watt or something like that. It's not a big bulb.
No,
For
It's not.
no, but
1,000 lumen.
1,000 lumen is a decent bulb. It's like a 75 watt, I think. So it's a decent amount of light.
It's very light.
My chart will be. I'm sure the issue that they're concerned with is if we don't have a,
Limit.
well, no, not so much a limit, is I'm supposed to be illuminating the flag, and as you get up near the higher end of that, it's only 18 feet or 15 feet or whatever it is. I have to have enough light to still see the flag. That's
Oh, I see.
that's what I'm saying, is that's why they're trying to, how much do I need to, and I realize you're not reading anything, but there is that. I would be interested to see what the US flag code says.
There's also a clause that says, that those 2 spot type luminaires will use shields or diffusers to reduce glare too.
Okay, it does say that. It
Yeah.
Yeah,
does.
it does say that.
Right.
Head
Which
up.
also helps direct it where you want it to
Right.
go.
Yep. Okay, so it sounds like we may be tabling this one as well because you want to,
Well, I would just be curious what the US flag code says.
yep, okay.
That would be it.
So you're gonna do that
I will,
research?
yes, I will.
Thank you, Scott. Okay, Scott's gonna review the US flag code. We'll table the
Okay.
flag poles for now.
Yeah.
Okay,
And let's see if we can't get gas station canopies, 0.9. That one's a little one. What do we think of that one?
that one sounds reasonable.
Illuminated fixtures are built into.
Yeah, which one? Which one?
I don't understand the last sentence, but
Wait a minute.
For purposes of exposed light bulbs. Eh,
yeah, I know. What does that
But the
mean?
canopy is a shield. It just
I
says.
just said it, didn't it?
Yeah,
May be illuminated, provided they can't, it's got an opaque top that prohibits light from shining through.
Lovely, yes.
That's kind of like,
little.
I don't understand what that last sentence is, so I'd sort of delete the last sentence.
I get it. They want the canopy to drive the light down.
Right.
Fine. I
Okay.
should think that's what the owner wants anyway. He doesn't want to be
Right.
flying in the sky.
Did I hear a motion from Val to accept the 0.9 recommended language less the last sentence?
You did.
I will second that.
I would also like to just confirm that if we adopt this, that no one has to do this that already has a gas station canopy, correct? Either now or within 5 years.
Right, because we didn't adopt
We
that.
didn't adopt that. So, I mean, I think like I said, most of them now, if you look at
They all do
they
that
already do
anyway.
this anyway, because they don't want the light going up into the sky. They want it focused down on their pumps. That's what it's there for.
Any further discussion on that?
I'm sorry, who was the second? one?
No, that's okay. It was Scott.
I was,
Motion by Val, second by Scott. And did I reiterate the motion well enough? Marty, did you catch that?
we're striking
It is the
that
0.9
last sentence.
striking the last sentence. All those in favor?
Ooh,
That is
making
unanimous.
progress.
Woohoo!
Ooh. This was the one that was giving us fits because there seemed to be different.
All right, 0.10, recreational lighting.
So US flag code suggests that the light be strong enough to make the flag easily recognizable in the dark, ideally with a minimum of 120 lumens according to some sources.
Oh,
That's pretty fun.
That's what I wondered if they have some recommend. Now, those are
and that's ideally.
And
ideally, right,
This is narrow beam angle between 15 to 25 feet.
right. They want it very focused on the
It's
flag.
On the flag.
It's recommended.
Yeah.
A narrow beam angle of 15 to 25 degrees is recommended to focus light on the flag and minimize light pollution.
Right, so they already have
They
some
cover it.
thoughts there.
Yeah, so I like that, forget the linear foot thing, just of how much to put in. 120?
I'll have this, I'll print it out and have it ready.
Yeah, I mean, I would be comfortable with something like that, pulling that in, and using that, because, hey, they know what they're doing
Yep.
supposedly.
Yep.
Well, and we certainly don't want to make something in violation of
Right, that.
US flag code.
Right. And of course, that means like the monument and things like that.
Right,
you know.
right. Okay, so let's see,
Recreational lighting,
recreational lighting.
18 feet in height.
So this is public and or private recreational lighting.
Private do we have?
I think public lighting was addressed under 0.7 now. I think that's why it's spelled out so different. I think this is private. Am I
That's public.
interpreting that incorrectly? This to me looks like it's specific to private recreational lighting. Like a
Well-
private tennis court or a private, and I only say that because public lighting is expressly addressed already.
Right.
Not really, though.
Yeah, but I think.
Does-
Not in the degree it is in number 10, not with the height of the pole or the setback from the adjacent properties.
I would,
It doesn't have that language.
It doesn't have the language, but it's expressly pulled out separate. It is expressly identified separately.
To be recreational
Well, I
lighting.
wonder if the public was intended to be like streetlights.
I suspect that's the case.
Versus what you have on your business or your home property.
Right.
Or
That
at
would
the
Recreational,
basketball court.
right,
yeah.
Or the ice skating rink or.
Right, and the reason I think they split
Tennis court.
between recreational and public is
Right,
they're trying to say, okay, we understand, because you notice like recreational talks about, it puts a curfew in there and things of that nature, where public, it just talks about adaptive controls or curfews, but this one gives a specific time, and it has some more.
so this to me sounds like it does include the public.
What doesn't make any sense to me is the lighting for non-field or non-court
Hmm.
areas. Okay, well then what other kind of recreational
Mhm.
area is there that's not a field or a court?
You're right.
and I,
Skating
Or do we
ring,
have a racetrack that I'm unaware of?
the ice
Not in
skating
Rangeley.
rink.
I guess Main Street doesn't count, right?
And that's covered under public lighting.
The NASCAR strip up Loon Lake.
I don't. Somebody's holding an event. I mean, they're putting up
So
a tent, a
what
wedding or something, they're doing public lighting, I don't know, I mean.
This is only dealing with recreational lighting.
Yes.
Right.
We're dealing-
Right.
But
But recreational would be a wedding, an event that's non-field and
That's
non-court
what I'm trying,
area.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of
I
what
knew
it
where you were
could
trying to
mean.
get.
It's like non-field and non-court areas.
So is there something about this that we're not happy with as far as recreational lighting restriction?
No.
I mean, 18 feet,
In height,
the setback from an adjacent property. The lights must be turned off no later than 10 PM.
Or 1 hour after the end of the event.
but
which is
Yeah.
fine.
setback from the adjacent property, that is more restrictive than what the setback requirements are
They
in our
were.
current code.
In our code, yep.
And that's why I think we should maybe say must comply with, I would say it should comply with the setbacks in whatever zone they're in. Because I think they're 20 feet, I mean, like downtown commercials, like 5 feet all the way around. 'Cause
Right.
it's, you know, and if you try to be 40 feet back, you can't fit it in.
Couldn't be 40 feet from. both
But a
doors.
lot of them are 20 feet or 10 feet, you know, so I'm saying, I think it should probably be within the confines of whatever the setbacks are.
Yeah, it should conform to setback requirements for the
The zone it's in.
zone.
Yeah. And setback according to the zone in which it is being.
Okay,
Why would recreational lighting have a separate height and setback restriction compared to all the other properties?
That's a
It
good
said,
question.
the lighting height does say in specific standards, .2, maximum height is 25 feet.
Mhm.
Setback from property lines shall be in compliance with zoning district
Right,
setbacks.
but we did fix.
So we should just
So,
well, let's
cancel
think
this?
about it.
What does this cover that we don't already cover?
It covers,
I think
like
it's the,
say basketball court.
No, but why
Well, I
doesn't
would
public
say
lighting
that-
cover that?
Maybe taking out the height and setback on there and leaving everything else.
yeah,
yeah, because you
making
got,
the language
Lighting height.
uniform with what was already.
yeah, that would be. You can say recreational lighting, pole mounted recreational lighting, must be turned off not later than, or have 1 hour after an event, recreational lighting installation must include, you could do all that, take out the height.
Let's take out that very first.
And I'm
sentence.
still trying to figure out lighting for non-field and non-court areas. Well, I just, like I said, unless it's a wedding or
Oh,
a street dance or
Yeah,
something.
that's right.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's supposed to be maybe event lighting. That
So
might be-
then we're gonna
Maybe that way of
increase the height from 18 feet in here to 25 feet?
Well, because
What is
if,
it?
Because that's what we did in the-
if you go to .2,
We've already adopted that under specific standards.
I know, I just.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the language.
Yeah.
That it could,
I mean,
Lighting
you-
height.
You're
there's already
creating.
25 feet, and we've already put the zone.
consistency.
I get that, but what I'm saying is we're gonna change recreational lighting.
Well, just to make it comply with what's already there, otherwise we're creating a second, we got a different standard within our
Mhm.
ordinance.
We're
We've got
creating
one
two
standard
different
that says
standards.
This can be 25. Oh, but this can only be 18. This can be within the zoning ordinance, oh, this has to be according to 40 feet. So we're trying to make them both comply, be consistent with one another, and not create a.
But just that this one is recreational lighting, so it's not safety lighting.
Right, and then does
So,
it?
that's what-
Yeah, but the standard doesn't say safety lighting.
Right.
It just says.
Public lighting.
it just
Maximum
says
height of
light.
regulated freestanding light fixtures.
It just says the light heighting or lighting height does not say anything.
Right.
No, but I mean, what makes this turn offable is that it's not safety lighting. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you could, that's why I say you can keep it as turn, just take out the heights.
Take out the
Take out
heights.
that
And the
first
setbacks,
sentence.
right.
Take out that whole thing.
The first sentence.
Full mounted to.
And then start
Shall.
with lighting must be turned off no later than 10 PM or 1
Yes,
hour
Leave that
after.
in.
Yep,
Yep,
recreational lighting installation must include timers, auto shutoffs or controls. Oh. And leave the lighting for non-field and non-court areas shall conform to, just in case somebody comes up with one of those.
Sure.
Event lighting, change to event lighting.
Maybe.
I just wish I knew what you meant by that. I guess
It's
Just-
for
I would
all
be-
those other things that
Just
people
comes
come
to
up
dark
with.
right,
sky.
I would strike that for now, just because I don't understand what it is, and I don't want to put something in there that we find out down the road, oh, we've just done something that, if we find out at the next meeting that, oh, this is what it is, we can put it back in, but to move forward, I would say we strike that.
All
lighting
it's saying
canal.
is follow all the other rules we already made. I don't see why that's a problem.
I
In
think
case
we
somebody
need
comes
it.
up with, tries to say, well, I don't fit in any of these categories. I can do whatever I want. And this like makes that yes, you sit in a category because anything else is this.
I
Do I hear a motion?
I would take out that approve 10, taking out the pole mounted recreational lighting and the height and the setback
Mhm.
and leave everything else.
Remove first sentence, okay. Motion by Val to remove first sentence, accepting the remainder of the red recommended writing, 4.10. Is there a second?
I'll second that one.
Carolyn, any further discussion?
Okay, and I think I'm gonna accept it, but I just want to ask you, if we get clarification at some point to figure out what that is, we can come back and adjust this after, is that
Yeah,
correct?
we could,
Okay,
until we send it off.
yeah, okay, then. fine.
Yeah, of course we could. So if you find something that makes you go, oh my gosh, we shouldn't leave
Right,
that.
I just don't
language in
know
there."
what it is.
I know. I think we're
I
all
hate
struggling with what it may
leaving
be, what it may be.
Vagueness in an
But I think
ordinance.
leaning towards event lighting makes perfect sense. Because it's under recreational, so they must be thinking somewhere in the process of event lighting. I'm sorry. What about like what just happened? Oh my
Street
God,
dance?
menopause brain. What just happened? What event just happened in town that had all kinds of lighting and everything
Oh, up
else?
at the
And it
health
was
center?
not a field and it was not a, thank you.
Up at the concert up at the
Thank
health
you.
center.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay, yeah,
Ding, ding, ding.
okay,
So maybe add the word event lighting.
I
Oh, this
like
covers it.
non-field,
already covers it.
non-court, makes it very clear, everything else still has to follow the rules.
Perfect.
Which are times.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? That is unanimous. Oh my goodness, look at us, folks. Okay. So it is the time that we usually leave.
Yes,
Point 11 is pretty big.
Let's
Let's stop.
tackle that next.
yeah,
Okay.
yes. this is
So
more
we will
productive.
tackle point 4 under prohibited lighting.
yeah,
We have that tabled.
flagpoles.
The flagpole section, we didn't make a decision on, but it sounds like Marty's gonna pull something together for us, and then
Right.
point 11.
Okay, so
That will be what we
Good.
take on at the next
so we
meeting.
might be able to get this done next meeting.
I think we
That'd be good.
might. Okay.
Motion to adjourn?
Sign, hold on, we gotta get through the rest of the agenda. We
Oh,
gotta get
okay.
through the rest of the
I
agenda.
apologize, I do have a typo on the agenda. It should be next meeting is either August 20th or September 3rd.
Yeah,
so I
perfect.
apologize.
So the sign ordinance, we are not addressing anything with that right now. We know where we are. What's been
Okay,
approved and gone through legal review and everything is what will be on the special town meeting warrant, yes or no?
Yeah.
New business, we don't currently have any. Next meeting, possible dates. We've got August 20th or the September date. Does everybody think we can make the August 20th
Oh,
though?
wait a minute.
I gotta look,
I'd love to get this thing done
Mhm.
before our late and say,
but I
Out the
gotta
door.
look. I can't, what week is that when my family comes? I gotta look.
Okay.
So not coming to meeting.
what?
Oh, wait.
You'd rather visit with family than
Family
us.
to
Thanks,
come and visit
Val.
with us? I'm
I'm coming if that's when they're here. I gotta look.
August 20th.
Yes, ma'am.
If it was my family.
No, it's okay, I can make that.
I could do August 20th.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
let's
can.
take August.
Fantastic.
Sounds
August
good.
20th at 5. Now, Scott.
Motion to adjourn.
Second it.
Motion by Scott, second by Val. All those in favor? I've never heard of one not being unanimous for an adjournment, but hey.
It's the only non-contested